space where we elevate. Journey talking all the walks, seeking mind, body, and soul alignment. Welcome to the space where we elevate.
Hey, what's up, Janae? Welcome in, friend. Thank you for joining me, supporting the channel, supporting the mission. Let's go. Hey, what you got going on? You know, it's Mother's Day weekend and all that good stuff. What you got going on? Tell me something good. Tell me something good. What you know, no good now. Hey, Mike, Malcolm, how you doing? Thank you for coming over here and supporting me. That's right. This is my little theme song, y'all. How is everyone's Friday working out for them? Like I told you, we're going to talk about some various topics. And I'm going to start with some woman stuff because guess what? We got to do better, ladies. We got to do better.
Consciously free.
And it's this case that I wanted to talk about that kind of saddens me. Simply because we got to do better, y'all.
It's domesticated me. We rise, we heal.
Don't forget to hit that like button on the way in.
No labels, just growth. Domesticated me. Journey talking all the walks, seeking mind, body, and soul alignment. Welcome to the space where we elevate. Journey talking all the walks, seeking mind, body, and soul alignment. Welcome to the space where we elevate. Rise up, tap in. We consciously free. Rise up.
Okay, y'all. How's everybody doing out there? Y'all make sure when y'all come in, y'all let me know, first of all, where y'all coming in from. Introduce yourself so I can know that you're in here. At least say hello so I could talk back. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was something I did the kind of lyrics to it, and my son helped me with the beats. So, but thank you for the offer. I'll sure enough keep that in mind. Hey Nia, how are you doing? Welcome in. We got some, well, Miss Nia is from Jersey. So, hey Kim, what's up? White Bear is in the house. Hey, Trayvon is in the house. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you guys so much for joining. Y'all, I told you I'm gonna start with the ladies today. Chi-Town. What's the weather like in Chi-Town right now? What is the weather like in Chi-Town right now? Okay, I know, Kim. Hey, I rock with you. I rock with you long way. So, and the reason why I didn't do a topic today, because I had various topics that I wanted to talk about just by watching different trials this week, watching different things happen this week. The real thing I really wanted to get into is what truly is happening with the youth. But I don't want to start with that. If you want to get what I'm saying, there's so many cases right now where there are young people on trial, or young people being convicted of something or something like that. What's up, Malcolm? You confused about what, darling? Confused about You confused about what, Malcolm? Um, so in that, the first thing that I wanted to, oh, the weather is confused. Okay, I get it. That's the question I asked. You know, this thing is a delay, y'all. You know, yeah, y'all know this thing is a delay, right? So we gotta remember that. Because a lot of this stuff be straight delay. But um I didn't want to start with that about the kids, even though there's this case that 17-year-old teenager. It's just all kind of stuff. But I really want to start with what I wanted to start with so we could talk about that. And why I just really feel like we need to just do a little bit better on um on how we deal with our domestic situations, right? And this is not to put any shame on anybody, but my reaction is that um just the short of what I hear of this particular story, a story coming out of Liberty City, um is the I don't know if y'all heard, but this guy fatally shot his girlfriend's two brothers. Y'all heard about that? Y'all heard about that? And I want to, and the reason why I want to, and this is the reason why I say that we just need to do better, especially with our domestic situations. And you know, if anyone in your family, you or anybody in your family is experiencing domestic violence, please keep out. Please reach out for help and take your help. Yeah, it's sad because and I'm gonna play some news clipping for y'all in a minute, because we want to give some people a little bit more time. Y'all came on time. Yeah, I mean, you know, we got up in here today, so you know, I just want to get my little chat on and satisfy my chat my chat. Y'all know I talk too much. But and then I want to kind of talk about that these are young people, you know what I mean, that are going through this in their time right now, like really young relationships, where kids don't even know how to like these are first relationships that are becoming so devastating that people got to be transitioned because of it. And these are first relationships that we're hearing about where it's just so devastating that what happened or it couldn't happen or whatever happened end up where, you know, two young lives are ruined because of it. It is just becoming something that's way out. But I'm going to stay on schedule, and the reason why I'm going to stay on schedule is because I want to. I don't want to not stay on schedule. So uh okay, so this is the one I want to share. Y'all, I'm gonna put it on stage real quick. And this is why, okay, it's up there. And I just want y'all to hear this news story real quick. Okay. Okay, so you can't hear it. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me see. That shouldn't be. Okay. How about now? Can you hear it now or no? Still can't hear it. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I don't know because it says it's playing. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me though, right? And I just tested the speakers and speak the sound and it said you could. I'm gonna stop right here until I get a response from somebody. Can hear me, but not the audio. I don't understand how that could be. Hmm. Well, y'all know I'm still learning this system, so it has to be something that I don't have turned on. If you guys can't hear it, okay. Let me see. Let's see. Sound. Oh, good. I don't even know what this is. Let me see. I might even be messing up. I don't know, but I'm finna find out, y'all. How about now? No, I don't know that. Maybe it's just StreamYard. Maybe it's just StreamYard. Okay, so I'll just tell the story then. Because maybe it's just StreamYard because I don't see there should be no reason why you couldn't hear it. Like even if you even because my mic is on. My mic is hot and I can hear it. So anywho. So what happened was this young lady was in an argument with her boyfriend who they already had domestic disputes. There were domestic disputes that had actually already been filed in their relationship. And so she ended up calling her brothers, and they came over there, two of her brothers. And let me see if I can get to at least a picture of the brothers real quick so you can see the pictures of the brothers. That's him. That's the boyfriend. That is Antoine Carter, and that's not how he spells his name either, but that's Antoine Carter. And there go her brothers. They look alike. Um, and so basically, there go the brothers. Basically, Gianni and Jaheim. Basically, he gunned them down. Basically, so she lost two of her brothers. Two of her brothers, over this relationship, because that's basically what it was. Once, and this is the one thing why I say we got to do better, because we got to understand that most of the time, once there becomes whether it's physical abuse or mental abuse, once something takes a part of you and have you feel in a certain way, it's time to make an adjustment. Know your value to the point of where you don't get yourself so caught up in something where you got to lose both of your brothers over it, type thing. And I'm not saying that it's her fault in any way, but I'm saying that we have to be just a little bit more self value, because the way she was running, what she said is the reason why she called her brother, because there had been previous domestic abuse where he had hit her. Honey, if he hit you and you allow him back, he's going to hit you again. And if he don't hit you again, he's going to play so many psychological games with you, to where it's just going to be just as bad as him hitting you. So to me, I feel as if we just need to do better as women. And don't call your brothers. This man, hey, on the roads with the roads, this man had a weapon and everything. So we're talking about this case, on the roads with the roads. I don't know if you heard about it, but where this woman called her brothers because her and her boyfriend was getting into it. Her brothers came over there. There was some type of physical altercation that happened, and he basically transitioned both of her brothers at the same time. And so I was just saying, like, we just need to do better. It was previous domestic violence. Get away from these men that want to put their hands on you or mentally abuse you or physically abuse you. And I know it's easier said than done. I don't want to put any pressure or say, this is all anybody's fault. I'm just saying we just really have to do better. And I think we probably even have to do better in the support arena to support these young ladies and young men who feel as if domestic violence is the way to go. So, and I wanted to talk about it because as I was doing my research for this week, there are so many kids that are falling prey to this stuff. These are young adults or either younger than that. The other one I wanted to show y'all, but of course I can't show y'all because something is going on with my sound. I don't know how to fix it. The other thing that I wanted to show y'all was this other 17-year-old girl who had been accused of transitioning her boyfriend, another 17-year-old young man. Basically, at the time she was 15, 17 now, but she just got her sentence today, and she was sentenced to 17 years because she basically pled guilty to manslaughter. 17 years. I don't know on the roads with the roads. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm slow. Cause I be talking so much, so I'm kind of slow. And this young lady is about to do 17 years for this. There was another case I was listening to today where two teenage boys is now out of here for trying to rob people, and ended up transitioning a young lady because of it. It's just getting bad, y'all. It's just getting bad. And I was talking to my brother the other day who works for the school board here where we are at, and he was saying like, well, what can you do to discipline the kids? Because he was talking about the parents, and I said, a lot of times the parents be done gave up. Look at what's going on in our world, y'all. Pay attention. It's so many of these kids that's transitioning their own parents, transitioning their friends, and a lot of these transitions are coming from a a puppy love relationship. What does that say to us? These transitions are a lot of them. Some of them aren't even a lot of this stuff. This young lady, this other case I was hearing, these is puppy love relationships. These is your first relationships that you feel like you can't live without at the precious age of 15 years old. That this is what you would want to do with your life. So I guess that's kind of what I want to talk about today. What say y'all? What say y'all? What say y'all? Chat. Oh, now I get what you're saying. Right. I think that look, I think that was the problem on the roads with the roads is call your brothers. Call your brothers. You should have called the police because this man went ham on your brothers. And they ain't saying it all the way now. So this is probably alleged, y'all. We don't know, right? So this is something that we are saying right now because we really truly don't know, right? Um we really truly don't know. Um Whatever, but they said there was some type of altercation. And the way they said it was some type of altercation between these two gentlemen and the guy. And he ran to the car to get his stuff, came back and was like, one of y'all open the door. I bet y'all won't open this door. And and even though the sister was saying, don't open the door, don't open the door, one of the brothers decided he was going to open the door, and he let him up. So at the end of the day, I think that they probably got the best to do. Like you been hitting on my sister, they went over there and jumped on him. And so this is what's going to make this case a special case, is because he can turn around and say that it was, well, it's not self-defense because he went to the car and got his, you know what I'm saying, then came back. Um but it might be a slight mitigating circumstance, a possibility for him as far as time goes. Whether or not he would be eligible for parole or not, maybe because he did this, he probably going down. Y'all don't know. Right on the roads with the roads. They at the end of the day, if she was scared, she should have called the police or she should have just whatever. But to call her brothers, um, now both of them. I mean, this is a devastated family, y'all. A devastated family. But when we look at these type of things that's happening, like, have y'all? I mean, I know a lot of people don't watch a lot of news, and me neither. But as I be looking for the stories to discuss with us, I be coming across this stuff, and so this stuff is like It's what, and they kids, y'all. This is what's becoming shocking to me is their kids, or they're either the kids that are doing it, or it's just some shocking stuff happening to kids. I mean, in the CPS arena. I had to let that go, y'all. I know I told y'all I was gonna try to do some stuff like that, but that's too sad for me. I don't like to be seeing where people don't know how to take care of their kids. That bothers me because I feel like I was a teenage mom and I could take care of my daggone kids and without frustration to do. And I'm telling you, you be having reasons to be frustrated. But back to the story about me and what I was talking about with me and my brother, y'all. You know, you can't do nothing to these kids now. There's no timeout. There's no paper pickup type stuff. You can't do none of that stuff. How do you discipline the kids if you can't do uh stuff like paper pickup or time out? Like, what do y'all think? What is y'all take on that? Come on, chat. Well, you can't hit them, so you know you can't do that. You can't restrain them in no way. You can't do that. You can't do any paper pickup. You can't do any um what is that called? Um timeout. So no, I don't, oh, I heard you can't even have them writing standards no more. Hey, Mama Gwen. But I'm just talking about right now in the schools, you can't do it. That's the thing, Mom. Even if you saying that yes, you old school, that's what you would do. You cannot do it right now. So what do we do in order to discipline our kids? In order to not be in a situation where it's a lot of mental health too. Watch the children's mental health. If your children, grandchildren, or anything start saying things that are concerning to you, talk to them, speak to them. Say, hey, no comment. I'm old school. That means I ain't scared of the popo or nobody else, y'all. That's really what Gwen is saying, y'all. Is I'm old school. I ain't scared of the popo or nobody else. It's gonna be handled. Don't worry about how I'm gonna do it. Oh, look. But the thing about it is, I agree with you on the roads with the roads, but it wasn't the parents. It wasn't the parents that was taking it away, really. It was the people with no kids that was concerned about other people's kids. Let's just get that right. Or people with kids and they want it more. And it's just something like that. Because when you deal with a difficult kid, I can remember one time, y'all. This is a true story. I was giving my son a spanking. This is back in the 90s. And the police came to the door because somebody called on me, right? And we don't do violence on here. I wouldn't do it anymore. I learned my lesson from that. Spankings don't work anyhow. But there's other things you can do. Seek them some real help, right? But when they came to the door, I told the police officer, either he gets a spanking today or he gonna be spanking on y'all tomorrow. He turned around and walked back down them steps. I'm telling you. We need to go back to history because we were the ones slaved. Raising white kids. Well, yeah, 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 but I think that was different because I don't even want to get into that, Twani. I don't want to get into that, but I'm telling you, the nurture, I'm gonna just say it like this, and this is no offense to anybody on here that might look different. The nurturing that comes from the black woman is different than the nurturing that comes from any other women that look different. And that's what that's about, Twani. But I can agree with you in certain aspects. And I don't think it was based on our quote unquote strictness. I really think it was based on our ability to nurture. So the for me, the strength of the black woman is just it's so much. And it's not just because I am one, but it's because it's in all of us. My friend sent me a reel today on Instagram, and this guy was talking about how when we Rihanna was trying to pour into one of the reporters, and the reporters was just so compelled to try to pour back in, she stopped her, right? And see, this is what we do with our nurturing. Sometimes it's over nurturing, but sometimes when you are, we don't want to even accept nurturing, not even from each other. It feels like if you nurture me a little, I got to pay you back. You get what I'm saying? If I nurture you just a little bit, I might have to pay you back. So I'm going to nurture again, and I'm going to nurture again, and I'm going to nurture again, because I'm still, quote unquote, trying to pay you back, because I want to be seen as the nurturer too. Hey, Janae, welcome back. Okay. I think that too, on the roads with the roads. These young parents don't know nothing. They are a product of the dumb dumb society. Well, part of that is all of the different rules and regulations. And, let's just get real. There was a whole sector that was lost. And that was the sector of parents that ended up falling prey to drug abuse, and then their parents having to raise their children. So that's another phenomenon I don't believe we think about. What truly happened. And a lot of those children, if they weren't raised by their grandparents or someone in the family, ended up in the foster system. So could that be what is really the result of, and what On the Roads with the Rose is calling the dumb dumb society? Could it be a result of something that, I mean, come on, raise your hand in here. It's only 500 of us in here. Raise your hand. How many people in here know somebody in their family, or knew somebody in a family close to those that got caught up in the 80s with the drug abuse? Hey, well, we got to go there. That's how these journeys work. These journeys that we go on here, regardless if it's us talking about true crime on Friday, or if we're talking about a story that is going to help someone heal on Saturday's Journey Talks, this is what it's about. Like, no, what's up, Mimi? What you saying? Oh, y'all raising y'all hand, right? What you saying? We already look it, so we know that there was a phenomenon that happened, and now what we're getting is if we think about it, we're getting a little result of that, because it's buck wild crazy on these kids. I mean, for real. And then, have y'all noticed how many kids are being labeled as having something now? There, I mean, it's worse than when they was labeling people with HDHD when we was in school. This is how bad it is. Everybody, every person you turn around is autistic. Everybody, everybody, and it's just like it's just way more than what it was. And I know back in the day, parents tried to hide a lot of mental diseases, especially in our communities, because having a mental disease was taboo. So if you had a mental, you didn't want to tell nobody that your kid was on some type of medication, they was on Ritalin, you didn't want to tell nobody that. You just wanted to give it to them in silence. So that happens sometimes. Once again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for helping me build the channel. If when we get off of here in momentarily, because we will be getting off in a moment, if you could just go back to this video and make a comment and like it, that helps with the algorithm. We get more people. We are trying to reach our first milestone of 500 subscribers, and right now we're at 158 subscribers, so we need some more subscribers, y'all. So invite a friend to our next show. Tomorrow we will not be having a journey talk because we will be celebrating Mother's Day. So um but we'll return next week with our Friday evening show and our Saturday show. So come on, check us out. And if you miss us, do us on replay. Do us a favor. Okay, so back to the show. I know I wrote a lot of papers in college related to child being born from substance abuse. Okay, so yeah. So even if I feel like even if the child are you talking about actually in the womb type thing, or are you just talking about the psychological effects of having to deal with an absent parent, or both? Because even if the parent is in the house, when they on drugs, they absent, y'all. Trust me. I know. Trust me, I know. So from which point of view on the roads with the roads, I'm interested in that. I have to figure out how to get my thing working, y'all, so I can show the videos for y'all. And I'm not saying that, and oh, and I'm gonna throw this in this too, y'all. I'm not saying that that kids is not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there is a reason to that they're having mental that there's some type of educational defect, if I want to say it like that. Because to me, it's superpowers. It's not even it's not even mental defects to me. I believe it's superpowers beyond what we can even understand because we can't relate to them. They're stemming and stuff like that. We don't know what's going on right there. We calling it stemming. They could be receiving all kind of spiritual downloads during that particular moment. And they be bright. I mean, those like real, 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 real bright type thing. Musical genius, literary geniuses. So yeah. I'm gonna just see if we can get somebody to respond so I can give some commentary on just the result of children's behavior, how school had to deal with those children and parents. They weren't educated enough to on crack babies being born and when they started going to school. Okay, I get what you're saying. You're talking about the children who actually had been subjected to the drug while in the womb and being born out of that. Yeah, that's one phenomenon I'm sure that probably has a lot to do with it too. Though, if you think about it, I wasn't thinking like that. I was really thinking from the point of kids that parents get on the substance after they're here. But that's a good one. That's a good one. And that might be a reason why a lot of the kids, just think about the trend of it. Like, going from um because it was like ADHD. They had, it was like a hyper this or hyper that, and normally it'd be the babies that had an addiction, that was addicted from birth. And then yeah, right, Janae, that too, for sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. Just totally in denial that there is something that is um an educational staller for the child. Um and it goes just because a lot of people still try to raise their kids old school, y'all, with that I don't want to talk to you, or whatever you say don't mean nothing. A lot of people still doing that, y'all. And continues on their children after being medicated as if they were having children later. I believe it was Wassel. Well, me too. That's what I'm saying. And even if the kid, because I know with them babies, they would test them for so long until they didn't have it in their system no more, and basically say they was clear. But what had it already done to their cells, to their brain, all of that in the womb, which the study of that would be off. That's what I think. But I'm not, but makes sense. But the denial thing is another. That's a big one. That's always been who really. You know what I'm saying? You be like, no, like, But that's why I'm glad that they got so much support now. My best friend, the guy, His son is autistic, and I'm glad that they got all that help. You know what I mean? As far as resources for them, there's a lot of resources for children that need help, and as long as they parents understand that they special, they got superpowers type thing, not special, but they're special. It's no different than my friend, the little person. She's special. It's all it is to it. So a lot of times you just got to overlook some of the, it's special, it's overlooking a bit. um, yeah, I believe that too. It's just so much mental health issues right now because of that, y'all. We got 19 more minutes before this hour live is up. Any other comments or commentary that we can talk about? Why do you guys believe that we're dealing with a lot? But you know what? It stems so far. And that's the thing. We went so far into people transitioning their people with no problem. No problem. This young girl that's on this, okay, so it's another young girl on trial I want to tell y'all about. Y'all, she confessed to transitioning her mother. Right now, it is uh in they transferred it to from a juvenile to adult court. They're trying to get it transferred back from adult court to juvenile court, and guess why? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they had it though. They had it though, Rose. Let me tell you something. Half of the people that this really got affected to, um, or more than half, I'm sorry, that this really affected, the powers that be, like that don't care like that. They don't. They want to keep hidden from us what it really is. And that's for real. um they it's going back. They wanted to go back to juvenile court. The judge didn't rule today, but because of social media, they said it has gotten too much attention on social media, and she do not stand a fair chance. That these content creators talk too much. They making up stuff. They saying that she confessed to something, this and that and that and this and social media is about to be crazy, y'all. Overall, I was saying today in my earlier chat though, y'all, this for real. This is like the Truman Show to me, for real. Like letting people into your life like this. But how long? How often do you? How long do you think this is gonna be? How long do you think before they really ban some of this behavior, like books? Because people be out here in people business big time, y'all. Y'all don't think so? People be out here in people business. People be out here in people business, finding stuff, finding things, trying to put you on blast. People be on it too. This is another reason why if y'all don't learn nothing from me in all of the chats we ever have, be true to thyself. Whatever concept you have of you, keep that concept on lock. Don't allow other people to rule your concept, throw you off your square, try to tell you who you are. Don't take it personal when people think they know who you are. It's just a reflection of themselves. They'll talk bad about you. They'll talk down on you. They'll tell you they this. They'll tell you do that. And they'll tell you the best thing since sliced bread, and then call you the worst thing since spoiled milk. Don't go for it. Don't go for it, because it's going to get worse before it get any better, I believe, because so many people want freedom of fake speech, especially like on these apps. And I tell it how it is. You got to, watch what you say, make up words so that, people don't really, instead of me saying somebody, got irked, I got to say they transitioned them. Come on now. It's ridiculous. And I'm telling you, in a minute, it's going to go all bad. All bad. You can't care. You can't care. You can't care. Whatever somebody says, what they say, whatever kind of drama they got is the drama they got. For real. You got to care about you. I told somebody today that the thing about it is, what you got to understand is the only competition you have is you. You, your only competition, whether or not you finish your journey. You, your only competition, whether or not you live the life that you came down here to live. That's the competition you in. You ain't in no other kind of competition at all. Janae, at all. At all. You running against you. It's you against you, for real. For real, for real. For real, for real. And it ain't no like, oh, that's just a saying. It is. It's you against you. It's whether or not you can come here and finish your life's journey. Because the Joneses, you don't want to live like no Jones. Joneses is like, they don't have nothing. Me against me. And I'm not fighting me. So it's me for me, with me. And that's that. I'm running. I'm running against me, and we both keeping pace because I ain't got time for it, and you shouldn't either. So when this whole internet and people being allowed to talk about people the way they talking about people, the internet and the way it's designed is going to change some things, even in the justice system. Mark my words. It's so many states right now making different laws against what you can do in their state on social media to shut you up, because the news is out here now. Because you know what, y'all? The revolution is not going to be televised. Janae, for real. Right, me. I'm telling you, the revolution is happening right now. I'm telling you, there's a big shift going on right now, y'all. That's a whole other different. This ain't even true crime. You know, the spirit be taking me everywhere. I don't care. But look, there's a big shift happening right now. You're either going to be a part of it or you're not going to be a part of it. And the only way to really be a part of it is to do the internal work. Start praying. Start meditating for real. Start listening to your downloads. Don't take yourself for granted, people. Don't take yourself for granted. Who you are, what you came to be, how all of that. The divine action, the divine answers, the people currency, all of that stuff is coming your way to ensure that you are a part of the shift. Why? Because you're not in the 1%. Simply, that's the answer. That is the answer. You are not in the 1%. And that is why you have an opportunity to be part of the leveling playing field for what is happening right now. It's the best time to be alive, y'all. The best time to be alive. We truly understand biblical things. We truly understand who we are, or you should. And if you don't, do some searching. And because you do, the power is within. Stop playing pity party with yourself. Nobody's coming. The only person at that pity party is you and you. And if you can get one part of you, which is your natural side, because you're never getting your God self, that internal being, your spirit, to agree with your nonsense. So it's you stopping your progress, your carnal mind, not believing in who? In you. God through you. Believing in God through you. That's how you get it done. That's how you get it done for everybody. You can't correct anybody's behavior. I don't care who they are. You can't correct your son behavior, your daughter, your husband, your wife, your cousin, your brother, your sister. You can't, nobody. Only person's behavior you can correct is yours. And everybody else's is up for them to correct. But what you could do, hey, David, how are you, love? What you could do is see them how you want to see them. Put your tongue on them right. Put your lovely thoughts on them right. Meditate on all things good and lovely and that of good rapport. And you will see the change you want to see in them because they're your character. You write the script. Yeah, you write the script. You do. Why what? Why what? Why what, Janae? Why what? I'm not going to go there with you. You know exactly why you got to do it. Why what? Because you know I said so much. Why? What part are you talking about? Why on? Because if it's what I'm thinking, you know, I don't even care what they did to you in the past. That ain't shit. That's the past. And you just seed planters, anyways, planting seeds for a harvest. You're sowing for a harvest, and that means into people too. You got to sow into people too for a harvest. And what you sow into them is the harvest. How you want to see a person. Janae, tell me. It's Friday night. Y'all ain't going out. You and David ain't going to shoot no pool or nothing. All right, now, y'all. We got 9 more minutes for this before this hour broadcast is over. Y'all tell me what y'all want to talk about next week. Y'all, I know y'all on the David now. D4D. Yeah, they got a whole bunch of mess on that boy. Amen, amen. About D4D. Woo, Lord. What I just said, you got to go back and listen to the. You got to go back and listen to the replay. Roads on the roads at 5. All you got to do is turn it on at 4:48. Go all the way to 4:48. You'll get the whole thing. But what I did just say is that be in love with you. Take care of you. Everybody around you gets the best of you. Nobody, you can't control anybody's actions. You can influence people. You can influence people. You can. Right? But do you want to be the influence of another person's journey if they're not on the right journey? That is why you have to see them. Oh, Twani missed it. Oh, Twani, where was your butt at? Twani? Be on your, because our journeys are unique. Remember that about you. You got a unique journey. Nobody does whatever you do like you do. Nobody on this earth. And all you got to do is just do your best at it and make sure that you're doing it so that you can really have a good time here. You know, life is not meant for us to be mundane. Life is meant for us to be having a fun time. And living on this earth and not really worrying about anything else. Living on this earth. And when you begin to do that, you do create generational wealth by being that person. You do. So you don't even need to worry about your people, your grandkids and them kids and all of your generations, because when you are doing the right thing for you, that's all that counts. Nothing else counts, y'all. Nothing. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but you say, I got my husband. Oh, I got my boyfriend. I got my kids. I got my this. I got my that. Yeah, you're right. You do have all of that, but you also have your own independent journey. You got to start looking after yourself. You got to start allowing somebody to nurture you too. You got to start being able to accept a compliment in a way that you know it is genuine. And the reason why you know the compliment is genuine is because you know you. You know you. A lot of y'all accept compliments about being beautiful and you don't even feel beautiful. You're not beautiful. Why? Because you say you're not. I'm strong. You know, a lot of people tell you, you know, y'all, a little bit of story time real quick. A little bit into my life. A lot of people in my life will call me one of the strongest people they know. Or they'll say things like, you got faith like no other person. I've heard that so much in my life. Like, your faith is out of this water. You really have faith, right? And then it has been a time when it's my pleasure, Janae. It has been a time that I didn't feel like the strongest person. Like, I'm the strongest person, well, the people is weak. You know what I mean? Because that's how I really felt about myself. Even though people would say, no, you strong. I'd be like, no, I'm weak. But let those that are weak say they are strong. And that's the one thing I learned, that in order for me to truly be strong, I have to know that. Nobody, you could tell me that all you want. I have to truly know that, and I have to walk in my strength. You got to walk in your beauty. You got to walk in your love. It's the best time to be alive, Janae. The best time to be alive. Y'all don't even understand me spiritually. It's the best time to be alive. Anything you want and anything you need, all things are possible. And that is not just the scripture in a book. It is the real deal. It is all about your mindset, how you carry yourself day to day, what you saying to yourself, what type of thank you, love. Thank you for coming, Janae. What type of language you speaking? Because a lot of y'all still talking real nasty to yourself. You talking about what you can't do. Well, God don't care about that, because all things are possible. You talking about what you lack. No, you don't lack nothing. You're an abundant source of everything. Abundant source of everything. Go figure that out. Ask, believe, and receive. And that is not a 3-step process. That is a 1-step process in 3 lines. Ask, believe, and receive. Not a 3-step process. It is 3 sentences all put together. It's a compound sentence that you just need to do it and receive it at the very moment. Let it go, leave it alone. Divine action comes, everything comes, and it happens. And those people that are getting on your nerves, you see them how you want to see them. You see them with the end in mind. They're getting on your nerves because they won't keep that sweet potato pie out their mouth. See them pushing the sweet potato pie to the side of the table. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to keep telling them about sweet potato pie. That's none of your business anyhow. Let them eat all the sweet potato pie they want. Hear you loud and clear, but not that. They can have all the sweet potato pie they want. Leave them alone with their sweet potato pie. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Once again, everybody, thank you guys for being here with me again. Thank you for lending me your time, supporting me, trying to get the channel. Well, we're not trying, we're doing, getting the channel off the ground, getting the channel where it needs to be. And just most importantly, just being here with me and supporting me in what I want to do. Like I love being able to encourage people, and I love being able to chit chat with people and just give my perspective. And because of that, I'm able to give it to some people who love me back. And I do appreciate love y'all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being who you are. And I will see you on the next show. I'll see you on the next show. So, bye everybody. Y'all want to hear my theme song again? My theme song is the bomb, y'all. Do, 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 do. I'm gonna let y'all hear this one. I got this. I'm on StreamYard right now.
Rise up, tapping, we consciously free. Rise up, tapping, it's domesticating me.
See you in a minute, love.
We consciously free. Rise up, tapping, it's domesticating me. We rise, we heal, we consciously be. Yeah. No labels, just grow. Domesticated me. Journey, talk, and all the walk, seeking mind, body and soul alignment. Welcome to the space where we elevate.